Okay, we're now being joined by Arlene Blencowe. Nolan, go ahead.
Arlene, congratulations on the win. I know some wins probably feel better than others. After everything you've been through with the loss, the layoff, how does it feel to be sitting up here in the winner's circle again?
Oh, yeah, super happy. To be fair, I put a lot of pressure on myself, obviously coming back from a loss. I really stepped things up this camp, being away from home, and I just really wanted to put on a super impressive performance and, yeah, obviously get the job done. So, I put a little bit of pressure on myself that probably wasn't necessary, but in the end, here I am. I'm the winner's column again, so that's all that matters.
And before the fight, you told me that you were coming to knock her out, and that's what you did. I mean, did the performance pretty much play out as you expected?
I'm my own worst critic. I haven't watched it, obviously, because I've just come out of the cage, but just going off how I was in there, I probably didn't execute a few of the things that I was really hoping to execute, but she put a bit of pressure on me. The power that she was throwing in those punches made me a little bit tentative, but yeah, I'll watch the fight. Obviously, like I just said, I'm my own worst critic, so I'll probably pick that many flaws and it's not funny, but at the end of the day, I got the win. That's all that matters.
I know MMA math doesn't always add up, but Julia Budd had a very close fight with her. Some people thought that Diana won. So do you feel like a win over her just now puts you like kind of back towards that conversation at the top of this division?
Well, I did say in an interview the other day that I wanted to be her first stoppage in the cage. And, it was a split decision loss to Julie, who's number one. So me finishing her in the third round, it made me pretty happy.
Arlene, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Before you talked about, you fought for the title a couple of times. You wanted to learn from those experiences to become a better fighter. So tell us, what did you learn that made you a better fighter tonight?
Well, obviously, just being away, concentrating the last 8 weeks, training with the best coaches and training partners in the world at Jackson Wink, and just focusing fully on being a full-time athlete. There's definitely a lot that I want to improve on. So I think I'm in the right place to do that. I know that we'll go back to the drawing board. And now that I've had, 8 weeks with the coaches, and now that I've had a fight under their banner, I know that they'll have a lot of stuff for me to work on. And I think moving forward, I wanted to say it in interviews the other day, but I feel like this is Anger Fist 2.0. And you'll definitely see the best side of me coming up in future fights.
So let's talk about that. You just mentioned your team, Jackson Wink. You said this is the first time that you've done a full camp totally with just them. So let's go a little deeper. You said you made improvements. What exactly have you improved on?
I threw a lot of calf kicks that we practiced, and sorry, I'm just going to put, my daughter's just calling me, which this is a really important call. 2 seconds. Hello. I'm just doing interviews. Can I give you a call back, please? But I love you. All right, love you. Bye. All right, sorry, she's an Australian and I haven't spoken to her. Okay. Sorry, the question was again?
about training and improvements you made with Jackson Wink.
Just becoming an all-round athlete. Like, I know that in there I probably just showcase a lot of my boxing again, but I'm the complete package now. I came to Jackson Wink, and this is taking no credit from any of my coaches back at home, because I've worked with them for years now, and I've had all the pieces of the puzzle, and I've had it the whole time. But I feel like going there, Coach Wink and Coach Jackson have put all those pieces together, and it made me a complete fighter. So I think moving forward, I'll get more and more confident in the cage, and I'm excited for what's ahead.
My last question. You also talked beforehand that you said you really wanted to be more aggressive. You weren't aggressive enough in your last fight. You started off a little calculated, kind of worked from the outside, kind of feeling yourself. But when you picked up the aggression, you got that beautiful knockout. Was that the key to the victory, just picking up the aggression?
We wanted to be the smarter fighter in there. Like, I wanted to go in there and be aggressive. It's one of the things that I was a bit annoyed about myself with the Chris Cyborg fight, that I wasn't on the front foot with her, but I did have to give Diana respect for her power. We saw what she was throwing in the fight with Bud, those overhand rights and left hooks, and they do come quick. So it did start off a little bit of a boring fight. Like, I even was like, I need to push the pace, but I also had to be careful, because if you start pushing forward, that's when you get caught in things. And even towards the end of the second round, when she got that takedown, I was like a little bit annoyed, because I'm like, I switched off for a second and got taken down. So that could have given her the round, because it was super close. But I heard the crowd sort of booing and this and that, and I was like, I want to obviously please the crowd, but I was like, no, stick to your game plan. So it came. I was happy that it came. We knew that she was going to come out in the third round and really push the pace, because it was a close fight. I think in my head it was. I'm not too sure if it was actually a close fight.
Congratulations, Arlene. You told me 2 days ago, challenge accepted. That must make it feel that much sweeter.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, finishes are always feel good. I've made the mistake of leaving fights up to the judges in the past. I wasn't the Bellator world champion in 2017 because I let it go to the judges' scorecard. So, it's always a sweet feeling to get the finish. Don't leave it to the judges.
Especially when you predict it. So moving forward, is the goal and the plan to kind of do some of training camp at home and then spend the rest of the time at Jackson Wink?
Well, to be fair, we actually just found out that the Australian government aren't letting us return home due to the COVID restrictions. So I'll be spending the next week in New York City just to let my body heal, and I'll be straight back to Jackson Wink and going back into an 8-week fight camp. So it'll be a quick turnaround for me, and lucky for me, I'm like uninjured, so ready to go. Well, I even joked about it. So I even joked about that in the interview, and literally it was that afternoon we found out that the restrictions at the moment aren't allowing us back in for at least the next 6 weeks. So I'll always make a good situation out of a bad one, and Albuquerque's won me over, and all the coaches and training partners, I'm part of the family, so they get to keep me.
Arlene, congratulations on the finish. Listen, let's put aside the MMA version of Arlene. Let's bring aside the human version. You're a mother. Obviously, you're not being able to see your kids.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's a struggle, right? Because, being a mother, it's the feelings and everything. How have you been managing it? Because it is a tough thing to do.
Now you're going to make me cry. It's hard. It's 9 weeks tomorrow, and it's the longest I've ever been away from them. So that's why I'm here working my absolute butt off, getting these wins and giving them a better quality of life. So they know the sacrifices, they know that, they're my world, but I'm here, I'm going to do what I have to do. Thank you.
Okay, just a few more from the call here. Lewis, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Hi. I'm Luis Morales from MMA Pit. Congratulations for your win. And you told us on Media Day that you felt better in this training camp without COVID restrictions. In October 2020, you fought against Cyborg. Do you think with these new conditions, you can become the next featherweight champion?
Without a doubt. I've said in multiple interviews, this was the best fight camp that I've ever had. Being at best gym in the world with all my coaches and training partners, but obviously for me too, just to be able to purely focus on training and being a professional athlete. At home, I've got a lot of commitments. On top of being a mother, I work. I've got a coaching job, mentoring jobs, and running a household, this and that. I'm super lucky that I've got a very supportive partner who carries a burden of a lot of that. But it's hard juggling everything. But I'm excited for what's ahead. I think everyone's going to see just a different side of me, especially now. Like I said, we've had this fight camp. We can go back and work on things and becoming a bigger and better fighter and take that world title.
Michael?
Hey, Arlene, congratulations on your victory tonight. My question is, how do you manage to put yourself back on the mental and spiritual place in order to get tonight's W?
Well, I do a lot of work with my mental coach at Albuquerque, but I've just got a very good positive outlook on life. I know that I just got a bit teary thinking about my kids then, but I try and think of, I'm a positive thinker with any situation. Like I said, I'm stuck here for the next 6 weeks, but I've decided to spin things around and take the positives out of it. I work a lot on my mental side of things.
Ronald, go ahead.
This is Ronald D. Smith from Getting Real. Arlene, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
You talked about before, you said this is Aaron Griffiths 2.0. Now, with this version of you, where do you see yourself as the road goes further on, as you know how high you are on the ranking? Do you hope to face off against Julia Budd, or will you just take on anyone that comes to you just to keep checking wins?
Well, I'll fight anyone. That's always been the case. I want the bigger fights. Obviously, I want to work my way back up to the title and take the fights that get me there. But I know what I was like when I was a lower ranked fighter. I was chasing those girls that wanted to. So I know that people should be wanting to chase fights with me. At the end of the day, I just want to fight too. So if there's a girl there that's willing to fight, I'll fight them. But we'll see what Bellator have to offer. They'll keep me busy, and I'll fight whoever's put in front of me.
Okay, last one. AJ, go ahead. AJ?
Hey, Abner, hey, this Abner with the AJ Drew report based out of Atlanta. So basically, what was your fear coming into this fight?
Sorry, what was my fear?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said earlier, I put a lot of expectations on myself. You know, coming off a loss, I wanted to bounce back. I don't go back-to-back losses, and I had such a great fight camp and great preparation. I just really wanted to put on a showcase and show, you know, why I've been away from home the last 8 weeks. And yeah, I've been training at the best gym in the world, so you know, really just showcase everything. I put a lot of pressure on myself, so that sort of brought the fear. But yeah, just not wanting to lose.
All right, that was the last one. Congrats, Arlene.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.